Hello and welcome. I am Arun Kumar from Beautiful Mind IAS and this is my YouTube channel. I have received several FAQ that I am going to discuss about psychology optional. Several confusions and doubts are there in the mind of the student. I will try to answer those one by one with the best of my knowledge and in a logical way. So many questions are there, so I have noted them down and one by one I will discuss. Some very common question is this one, that sir, if I write here only, then you say that first question is about success rate. Success rate. How is the success rate of psychology optional? This is the question. The very simple answer is this, that how you come to know about this thing? From here and say. But if you look at the data released by UPSC, then you will find that psychology is one of the good scoring optional. Getting? But the second question is there, that then why results are not very visible? Success rate and results. So in psychology, we study about things that is called base rate. That how many opt for this optionals and how many get selected. Getting? So suppose here is another subject XYZ and suppose this one is larger, then even when suppose this is 5% and even if this 5%, so 5% of the larger population, its sample will also be larger. Getting? If you have knowledge of statistics, I think you will realize this, that 5% of a smaller population, suppose 100, so 5% will be only 5, but if it is 1000, then 5% will be 50. So which one will be more visible? But when you compare the rate, how many have opted and how many become successful, both will be equal. So this is the things I think I will advise you to check the data, because here and say is okay, but if somebody is telling that anthropology is more scoring, if you like, you can take, but the fact is this one, getting that it is one of the top scoring option. But why? See, exaggerated score, sometime you will find that things are very exaggerated, that 320, this is one thing, that one score or two score, that may be in some other optional as well, that will not decide where is the average score. Getting? So if you are asking me the score, that how much is the score of psychology optional, then I can tell you, because it is the second question is about that marks, that why a score is not very good. So if you if I can show you here, let me show you. I will show you, try to show you here, that here is my website, and take for example, maybe here some data will be there. These individuals have been selected with psychology optional, but I am trying to show you some recent data. All are from psychology optional. See, Bhuvnesh Ram was in my test series program. He might have taken coaching from somewhere else, but last year in the last month he got, I think, 293 marks. I think if photographs is given somewhere. But just before she was in classroom, here is Akshaya Babu. She got 168 rank and marks is 295. See this thing. Siblu Pratik was there, 279, 278, something like that. So this is the things that when you are getting 295 or 29, Bhuvnesh Ram got 293. So the same performance may sometime give you 315 also. If you go on if it is available, then it will be visible also. Let me show you. See this Mithali Sethi, she got 302 marks, and to your surprise that she was not able to answer all the questions in paper 2. She told me, and 302 marks is there. Joseph Matthew, see this is 311 marks. So marks is coming, but now I will come to the question why some people are getting and some people are not scoring so good. That is another question. But if you ask me that whether it is a scoring optional or not, the same things are there, and you can see many. There are 318 marks this one. In 2019, I think marks is not given here, but more or less you will find that if you are getting 275 plus, then it is satisfactory. Now it is that to what extent you excel. It could be 290, 295, 300, 310, and after 310, some see it becomes a matter of chance. That same with the same level of performance, you are getting 320 also, or some 305 also, because there is some subjectivity in this kind of optional. I hope you are getting my point. So come to the main point, that marks. So I hope I made it clear. Now you can ask me that question is here, that why some people score less marks. It may be because of two reasons. Why some people score well and some people do not score well. It may, from my best of my knowledge and experience, I can tell you that it is because of the two reasons. So here is the marks you score. One is not knowledge. Suppose you give preliminary examination, you clear because you have worked a lot on GS and all, and for some reason suppose you have taken psychology and you have gone basic books and you think that I am well prepared, but actually syllabus is of honors and master degree level. So NCERT is introductory book. So what happened, that you become aware of the concepts, but your answer writing is not adequate. You do not have in-depth knowledge of the thing. Descriptive knowledge, you know this thing, what is learning, okay. But what is difference between self-instructional learning and program learning? Suppose comparative knowledge is there. It takes time. If you ask me very clearly, the same Bhuvnesh Ram who got through 93 marks at this time, and see the previous attempt, he was scoring around 250. And I have given, you can check the credential also. So because of that hit, and that is why it takes time, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, generally. So what, because you are improving your knowledge. So knowledge is important thing. And second thing is that answer writing skills. Answer writing skill. So answer writing skills is important, because many students write in a very intuitive manner. Intuitive, you understand? That suppose how to improve memory. How to improve memory? This is the question. Suppose lot of suggestions. Early morning study, suppose you do. What is the basis for that thing? Until unless you connect with some theory and research, then your point will not be valid. So this is the problem, and generally it takes time to prepare something. And nowadays prelims have become slightly more difficult. Then, and suppose one person has failed in 2 and 3 attempts. See what to do? Obviously, he will be very concerned about prelims. And in the last test series also, I there were some students who were not prepared well, and I am afraid that their performance may not be, despite I gave the test series, but because you are not your fundamentals are not very clear, because of the strategy or some other reason, you have not given enough time, so your performance will be affected in the mains exam. And that is why it takes 1 attempt, 2 attempt, 3 attempt. So why several attempts it takes? Reason you got? But there are students who clear in one attempt also, second attempt also. All depends upon the level of preparation, how much prepared you are. So don't be emotional. Check your performance level with the help of some data. Some expert support teacher is giving evaluations, then that you can rely upon that. Don't assume. Okay. I hope I made this point clear, that this one. Few years back, one of my students, he was going to give prelims examinations. So I said that, where are you going? I said, sir, you don't know why today is prelims examination. Why you are going wasting your attempt? Well, why, sir? Because your optional is not prepared, other subjects are not well prepared. Why you are giving this thing? देखना है तो देखना है, क्या देखना है वो तो पता ही चल रहा है क्या देखना, वो तो अपने आंसर घर पे लिख लो, पता चल जाएगा. ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन है, उसको देख लो, पता चल जाएगा. डोंट वेस्ट योर अटेम्प्ट्स. दिस इज द थिंग. Okay, if you have your mind is very inert, then you can, for shock therapy, you can take that kind of thing. फेलियर से ही इग्नाइट होता है आपका माइंड, तो एक दो बार फेल हो जाओ, उसके बाद इग्नाइटेड होगा. गेट एनीवे. बट मेरा एडवाइस है कि बेस्ट नहीं करना चाहिए अटेम्प्ट को. कम फॉरवर्ड. देन क्वेश्चन इज, आई हैव सक्सेस रेट आई आंसर्ड, मार्क्स मैंने बता दिया. एंड if you ask me the name, I can give you several names. You visit our website Beautiful Mind IAS.com and you open the website. So many names, and their marks are also given, papers are also given. You can see the things how they write. They are not God-like. Your performance and my performance may be slightly different. I may be selected, you may not be. This is the difference. So it is all about relative performance. Okay, the next question is material. Okay, frankly speaking, paper 1, Baron, NCERT, and whatever books, Israeli, whatever things you put, more or less you can cover. Few things you cover with the help of some notes, like our notes, or with the help of AI, chat GPT आजकल तो है, उससे भी कर सकते हो. Okay, but the way you answer the questions, that somewhere you put example from your vicinity, that customizes and that give you some experiential thing, that make it more lively. Getting? Otherwise mechanical लगेगा. अगर आप if you take answer from AI तो बिल्कुल mechanical answer होगा. You're getting? उसका अपना customization, local contextualization नहीं हो सकता. आप तो example अपने context से भी दे सकते हो. So this is the issue. So paper 1 you can take. For paper 2, because it applied psychology, in several video I have made earlier also, there I gave an answer that what is difference between science and technology. तो साइंस का एक बुक हो सकता है, टेक्नोलॉजी का क्या बुक हो, जो वॉट एवर थिंग्स इज देयर, थ्योरेटिकल पार्ट इज देयर, एप्लीकेशंस तो ग्राउंड में होते हैं ना. फॉर एग्जांपल यू हैव नॉलेज ऑफ रॉकेट प्रोपल्सन. अभी सी दिस थिंग दैट बैलिस्टिक मिसाइल होता है, क्रूज मिसाइल होता है, उसमें अलग अलग टेक्नोलॉजी है ना. यू आर अवेयर ऑफ दैट, यू आर यूजिंग दैट थिंग, एंड दैट इज वाई वो वर्क करता है. अभी हमने जम्मू कश्मीर में वी हैव मेड अ वेरी एक्सेलेंस, इंजीनियरिंग एक्सेलेंस है वहाँ पे, बिकॉज दैट इज अ एक्सेलेंस ऑफ सिविल इंजीनियरिंग. सो दैट इज अ टेक्नोलॉजी applications of scientific knowledge. So everything is not written in book, things are in here also, mind also. So you said apply and then suggest. For example, there are many disadvantaged group this year. How will you motivate? So you have motivational principles. You have principle of motivation in theory. Now how you will put those principles in Uttar Pradesh, in Haryana, in Bihar, to motivate, suppose, some individual from a particular community. So you will take data from the local community and you will understand the nature of their problem. अब जैसे कई जगह पे प्रॉब्लम है कि that they want to go to school but they do not have means, साधन नहीं है. So giving cycle may be a solution. So see, goal and path theory suggests that only goal will not motivate. There should be path also. रास्ता भी होना चाहिए, means भी होना चाहिए. So now you are applying the same theory here. So now see this thing. So this is the thing. So if keeping from this, I am giving one example. There are so many applied area: community psychology, rehabilitation psychology. So frankly speaking, there are one or two book in market that don't say that is book, that is actually notes. हमने examination के लिए तैयार किया और आपको book के form में दे दिया, something like that. So that will not solve your problem. So at least in paper section A, paper 2, ये basic book ही काम करेगा. जैसे और abnormal psychology, therapy, individual differences, basic things are okay. Things are only for 5 and 6 things. Community psychology, rehabilitation psychology, psychology of terrorism, sports psychology, इन सब चीज़ों के लिए. These are highly applied. So if you want the basic knowledge, conceptual knowledge, because these are interdisciplinary. तो जो आपने पेपर 1 में पढ़ा है, that you can apply. Apart from this thing, you can take help of from other areas as well. For example, psychology of poverty. Can you say that only psychology will work? There is a sociological angle also, political angle also, economics angle also. Getting? So if you write in that way and you emphasize the psychological thing, it will work. तो साइकोलॉजिकल थ्योरी है उसकी, तो आपके लिए वो बेसिक बुक ही काम कर सकता है. एंड अगर कुछ छोटे छोटे एक दो छोटे बुक जैसे रिहैबिलिटेशन के लिए बुक है, एजुकेशन साइकोलॉजी के लिए बुक है, यू कैन रीड दिस थिंग. सो मेनी बुक्स आर देयर. बट इफ यू डोंट वांट, देन यू रीड नोट्स लाइक आवर नोट्स एंड अदर इंस्टीट्यूट नोट्स. यू कैन मैनेज दैट थिंग्स. एंड नाउ इट इज दैट इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. जब से AI आया है, देन यू कैन मेक यू गुड यूज ऑफ दैट थिंग. अगर कंटेंट का कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Now problem is that how to put those things in answers, mindful answer, getting, and that create a problem for the तो वो आप मटेरियल नहीं है ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मटेरियल तो आप हिस्ट्री का भी देखो तो बहुत सारा पाइलअप हो जाता है. इट इज़ नॉट एसेंशियल दैट यू टू मेमोराइज एवरीथिंग. मेमोराइज करने लाइक अप्लाइड साइकोलॉजी में मटेरियल होता ही नहीं. And why some, I have given example from 23 और 22 का मैंने दिया ना, कि 295 मार्क्स जो आ रहे या 293 मार्क्स आ रहे ये जो, या 300 मार्क्स आ रहे हैं, 11 मार्क्स आ रहे हैं, 310 मार्क्स आ रहे हैं, ये उसी बुक से तो आ रहे हैं, वो कोई अलग से थोड़ी पढ़ा है उसने. सो इट इज़ नॉट अबाउट द जस्ट बुक, इट इज़ अबाउट द थिंग्स नॉलेज. तो अगर आप कहेंगे कि अप्लाइड साइकोलॉजी के लिए कौन कौन से बुक पढ़ लें, तो एक जैसे आप एजुकेशनल साइकोलॉजी के लिए पढ़ लो अगर आप चाहो तो, बिकॉज बहुत ही लिमिटेड है. लर्निंग स्टाइल से छोटे से कंटेंट होता है, उसके लिए ज़्यादा नहीं कुछ करो. सो एजुकेशन साइकोलॉजी के लिए कर पढ़ सकते हैं आप. जैसे कम्युनिटी साइकोलॉजी का रिहैब के लिए पढ़ सकते हैं. कितना टाइम लगता है इसको करने के लिए, मतलब कितना टाइम लगेगा? छोटा सा सिलेबस है. जस्ट रीड अबाउट दैट थिंग विद द हेल्प ऑफ AI ऑल्सो यू कैन डू दिस थिंग. तो मटेरियल इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम नाउअडेज. हम लोगों के टाइम में ज़्यादा होता था, अब तो बिल्कुल नहीं है. एंड विद द सेम NCERT बैरन बुक यू कैन मैनेज द थिंग्स. हाउ मच टाइम इज रिक्वायर्ड टू प्रिपेयर? दिस इज नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, FAQ. हाउ मच टाइम इज रिक्वायर्ड? टाइम तो डिपेंड करेगा, अभी मैंने बताया कि हाउ मच, सपोज वन पर्सन कम्स फ्रॉम other disciplines and he or she prepares well and one attempt clears, because mental faculty is developed. So that person know how to work. So work culture is there, learning to learn is there. उनको पता है कि कैसे पढ़ा जाता है. जो फिजिक्स में अच्छा कर रहे हैं वो इसमें भी अच्छा कर रहे हैं, जो हिस्ट्री में अच्छा कर रहे हैं वो इसमें भी अच्छा कर रहे हैं. Why? One person was from management background, he took history and did very well. So this is the thing, that person knows how to work and has metacognitive skill, that is called learning to learn. उनको ये पता है कि कैसे किसी चीज़ को, हर चीज़ का एक मेथड होता है, तो हाउ टू फॉलो दैट थिंग. अगर वो आपका डेवलप्ड है तो कम समय लगेगा. हो सकता है कि फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में भी हो जाए, सेकेंड अटेम्प्ट में. नाउ क्वेश्चन दैट यू मे बी वेरी गुड, वेल प्रिपेयर्ड, बट you cannot be very sure that in one attempt I will crack this thing. Chance, अगर luck level chance कहते हैं ना, हो सकता है हो जाए, लेकिन that also depends upon that how other people have performed. So that is why there are for 6 attempt for general candidate also. अगर एक ही बार में सब कुछ हो जाना होता तो ज़्यादा अटेम्प्ट क्यों देते? It is a competition. Even you may play well, very well, but it is possible that your counterpart has played better. थोड़े से चांस के बाद सब्जेक्टिविटी होती है. That is why in some attempt, despite doing well, you might not be selected. So that is not to be disheartened. वो बहुत ही वैसा होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. तो टाइम की जहाँ तक बात है, तो अगर हम एब्सोल्युटली टर्म में बोले तो if you read this thing, then 4-5 months it takes, to grab the thing. And now once again you will read, you will do answer writing practice. So 5-6 months it takes generally. Coaching may be actively finished in 4 months, but if you do, that is a learning thing. Now you will do practice of answer writing and all. So the whole process will take 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. But yes, 5-6 months you can manage this thing actively, active learning. And if you are a good learner, then you can manage this thing. Otherwise, average learner है आप, below average, तो थोड़ा टाइम ज़्यादा लगेगा. So you may be that, टाइम नहीं, अटेम्प्ट भी ज़्यादा लगेगा. अभी ये मेरी बातें बुरी लग सकती कई लोगों को, लेकिन आप उनसे जाकर मिलना जिनका सिलेक्शन हुआ है, पूछना कौन से अटेम्प्ट में हुआ है, उसके पहले क्या कर रहे थे, पढ़े थे ना, क्यों इतना बार टेस्ट सीरीज किया, इतना बार क्यों किया. दैट बिकॉज दे वर इम्प्रूविंग एंड रिफाइनिंग देयर नॉलेज. सो इफ यू डू इन वन गो, देन इट विल टेक लेस टाइम. सो प्रॉपर गाइडेंस विल बी रिक्वायर्ड. दिस इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. अगर आप गाइडेड स्टडी करते हो तो टाइम डेफिनेटली. एंड दिस इज द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, दैट वेदर कोचिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड और नॉट. कोचिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड और नॉट, एब्सोल्युटली. Let me tell you in other word, कि without coaching can you do this thing or not? Answer is yes, you can, but it will take time because you will learn from the trial and error method. आप गलती करोगे, सीखोगे. A teacher and mentor will help prevent you from doing this thing. वो रोक देगा कि आप ऐसे करो. So that will benefit you. अभी सचिन तेंदुलकर को भी कोच की जरूरत होती है, बहुत बड़े बड़े रेसलर्स होते हैं उनको भी कोच की जरूरत है, फुटबॉलर्स होते हैं उनको भी कोचिंग. Why? Because they coach know this thing, that where you can commit mistakes, because he has been at the interface of several players. इसी तरीके से कोचिंग में, IAS कोचिंग में भी होता है. वैसे लोगों को भी हम लोग देखते हैं जो फेल हुए, जो अच्छे स्कोर किए, तो क्या डिफरेंस है. सो गाइडेड स्टडी विल टेक लेस टाइम जनरली. एंड तो आप बोले विदाउट कोचिंग, बोले यस यू कैन, बट इट विल टेक मोर टाइम. इफ यू हैव टाइम यू कैन डू. Otherwise, it is advisable, particularly in optional subject with that required knowledge of masters and honors level. Moreover, suppose you have you are new in the field. For example, you do not have background. In that case, it may take time because आप पहली बार सीख रहे हैं चीज़ों को. But ऐसी बात नहीं है. Let me tell you one thing. Very surprising data है हमारे पास. That exactly हमें याद नहीं है, but more than 69% individuals who cleared from Beautiful Mind IAS, मैं अपने डेटा से बता रहा हूँ, they were not having any background in psychology. जिन्होंने बहुत अच्छा किया, they were not having. तो 70% का लो, 70% लोग तो वैसे हैं जिनके बैकग्राउंड नहीं है और वो उन्होंने अच्छा किया, and surprisingly better than those who were having background. So maybe that your ओल्ड लर्निंग इंटरफेयरिंग विद द न्यू लर्निंग, जैसे मैं आपको पढ़ा रहा हूँ, अलग लोगों को भी पढ़ा रहा हूँ. सो वाई दैट पर्सन इज लर्निंग मोर? मे बी दैट एक होता है लर्निंग इनहिबिशंस, दैट इंटरफेरेंस, दैट योर सपोज यू हैव लर्न इन कॉलेज समथिंग एंड नाउ आई एम टीचिंग समथिंग, दैट इज इंटरफेयरिंग, मे बी ए रीजन. तो इट इज़ नॉट ऑलवेज करेक्ट टू से दैट कि हाँ आपका एडवांस बैकग्राउंड होगा तभी आप करेंगे. आई एम नॉट टेलिंग ऑलवेज इट विल हैपन. इफ यू हैव गुड नॉलेज then definitely we'll have cases of transfer of learning. आपने कॉलेज में जो सीखा है वो यहाँ पे हेल्प करेगा. जैसे किसी का हिस्ट्री ऑफ पढ़ा हो उसने ऑनर्स में और वो हिस्ट्री ले रहा है, तो डेफिनेटली उसको फ़ायदा मिलेगा फॉर द सेम रीजन. सो हाउ मच टाइम इज रिक्वायर्ड? इज देयर एनी आंसर? अबाउट 6 मंथ मान लो. आप उसको ज़्यादा इंटेलिजेंट हो तो कम लगेगा, ज़्यादा कम हो तो ज़्यादा लगेगा. इंटेलिजेंट की ज़रूरत नहीं है, ये मैं बता रहा हूँ. मैंने ज़्यादा इसमें कितने आप इंडस्ट्रियस हो, मेहनती कितने हो. विल इट हेल्प इन एथिक्स एंड एसे और इंटरव्यू? ओके, बहुत सारे लोगों के साथ ये होता है कि दैट आई शुड टेक दिस सब्जेक्ट बिकॉज इट हेल्प्स इन एथिक्स. एटीट्यूड है, परसुएशन है. आई थिंक दैट इज़ नॉट द वैलिड ग्राउंड टू सेलेक्ट ऑप्शनल. अभी ऐसे में आया बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स होते हैं जो साइकोलॉजी से रिलेटेड, फॉर दैट मैटर अदर टॉपिक्स आर रिलेटेड विद अदर थिंग्स. तो दैट इज नॉट द बेसिस फॉर सिलेक्टिंग द कैरियर. Why? Let me tell you. And in ethics also, you basic knowledge of attitude is required. For that, everybody should know that thing. That is not deep theoretical knowledge is required. What is required in optional subject? That theoretical knowledge. What is dissonance theory? How it will change attitude? What is the validity of that theory? वो बहुत ही डीपर लेवल का नॉलेज चाहिए. एथिक्स में उतना नहीं चाहिए. आपको बेसिक चीज़ें चाहिए जो आप मार्केट में लेसिकन और कौन से बुक पढ़ते. देखो बेसिक डाल दिया उसमें, लेकिन उसमें अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज इम्पॉर्टेंट, एक्सपीरियंशियल थिंग इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. दैट इज अनदर थिंग. इन अनदर वीडियो आई विल डिस्कस दैट थिंग, बट हियर आई एम टेलिंग यू दैट बिकॉज दिस विल हेल्प इन GS, that is why I am telling this thing. This is not a valid ground, I do not suggest. And if you go by this logic, everybody should take political science, everybody should take geography. Why people are taking physics? Why people are taking mathematics? See this thing, and they are scoring very good marks also. And see the nature of questions. So don't be complicated. This is not the valid ground. And for the same reason, psychology भी उस कारण से नहीं लेना चाहिए that it will help in ethics. एथिक्स में वो लोग भी अच्छा करेंगे जिनका साइकोलॉजी कोई बैकग्राउंड नहीं है. एंड आई अग्री विद दिस लॉजिक बिकॉज थिंग्स आर नॉट डेप्थ ऑफ नॉलेज इज डिफरेंट जो आपको साइकोलॉजी में आ चाहिए. सो इज कोचिंग नेसेसरी? आई हैव आंसर्ड. whether it will help in ethics and all this thing, I answer. How much time is required? I answer. Material, I said, I'm repeating this thing. थोड़ा पेपर 2 के लिए आपको लगेगा, but if you do question answer and if you read just 2 and 3 books, additional books, reference book, हो जाएगा आप. Just you should know this thing, or simply rely upon the notes that are available. हम लोग we also provide our student to our notes to our students, so अलग अलग जगहों से ही होता लिया हुआ. And background information I have given, marks related, why people score more marks and what are the problems. And now sum up. The final word. If you are planning to take psychology optional, then what should be the base for that decision? For any optional I am talking about, but because I teach psychology, that is why I am referring to psychology optional. That it should be that your interest. If you have interest in that thing, it is generally believed that you have aptitude also. So if you are not sure, then read NCERT book, a class 11th book of, for example, sociology. You read that. For example, psychology. Read that one. If you find those chapter, you are able to understand all the things, then okay, you can build up by reading Byron, Atkinson, or so many books are there. If teacher suggests and you read that thing, you will be able to understand whether this will be a right decision or not. How to be sure? तो एक starting formula यही है कि that check your interest. अगर आपको human behavior में interest है, then okay, you can go for it. If you have some issue, then whether you look outside or inside, क्या ज़्यादा करते हो analysis? Introvert लोग ज़्यादा analysis करते हैं खुद का. तो if you check that thing, if you have interest in that kind of thing, then okay. If you have interest in attitude, persuasions, perception, values, personality, so many things are there. If you interest you, that okay. And if to be double sure, NCERT book पढ़ लो, वही होगा. And now कई बार ऐसा होता है, कई लोग की पर्सनालिटी ऐसी होती है, थोड़े वो वैसे नहीं होते हैं, फर्म नहीं होते. So I can tell you one thing that एक one journalist asked कि I think Tata कि how you take such a brilliant decisions, इतने अच्छे decisions आप कैसे लेते? So he replied very sensibly, और वो बड़ा अच्छा लगा सुन के. I take logical decisions. To best of my knowledge and logic, I take decision, and then after taking decision, I prove with my efforts that is the right thing. That was the right decision. Decision at the time, suppose you select this thing, it doesn't mean that it will be right and wrong. With efforts, you will prove this thing that with this decision was correct. तो कई ऐसे चीज़ें होती है जहाँ पे आपको डिसीजन लेना पड़ता है, उसके बाद उस पर एफर्ट्स लगा के प्रूव करते हैं. सो इफ़ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन टेकिंग दिस थिंग, यू कैन गो फॉर इट. These are the basic things. If you have more questions, you can drop your questions in our comment box, because this video will go on YouTube. And if you want to ask something directly from me, you can message on WhatsApp, email. I will be definitely happy to help you. And if you want to explore our courses, that what kind of personal guidance, जैसे अब किसी को कोई नहीं है, बहुत ज़्यादा ग्रुप में पढ़ना नहीं बड़ा से, and wants that somebody personally guide me to prepare the throughout the journey for particularly psychology optional I am talking about. We have courses for essay and ethics also. So then you can check out the detail on our website, see the demo video of the whole class. If it appeals you, if you feel good, then you can go for it, and definitely I will try to help you from best of my capability. Okay. Thank you very much.